Welcome back to another one, y'all. I'm sure y'all have already heard about what Nick Reiner did to Rob Reiner and his mom.
32-year-old son of power couple Michelle and Rob Reiner has been booked on murder charges after his very famous parents were found slain in their home here in Brentwood, California.
He did it at their house. Wow. I wonder what happened.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder.
Wow, man. You hear about this type of stuff in certain communities all the time where the kids kill their parents. And the craziest thing, most of the time, it's well-off kids. I don't get that. They'll kill their parents. Wow.
He is being held on $4 million bail. We know that he was arrested on Sunday, the day that his parents were found murdered, and he was booked into jail this morning. We were here early, overnight, early into the morning hours, and the investigation was still continuing. We could still see police activity outside the home before around 6 a.m. when they took the caution tape away and opened up the street. And since then, shortly thereafter, we learned that he was booked and is now looking at charges that he killed his parents.
Wow.
I got totally spun out on uppers. I think it was coke and something else, and I was up for days on end.
So this is him. This right here is Nick. I just heard him say that he was having drug issues. And I don't get that, you know. They're well off. They can do whatever they want and they choose to do drugs. Why not go start a film company? Why not go, pay for director school or something like that? Like, use that money, time, and energy for something else. But as we always know in these communities, once they get started down that path, it ends bad. And so if y'all looking up here, it says Rob Reiner's son arrested and got into a huge fight at Conan O'Brien's party. Wow. Conan O'Brien is another talk show host / comedian. I guess he was friends with Rob and invited him over for a Christmas party. And things got a little out of hand. And y'all got to understand, there's been some chaos between him and his parents. If y'all go back and look at YouTube, it's some of like the interviews they've done. The dad and the mom is kind of like dragging the son for his shortcomings.
Breaking news, they have now revealed that Rob Reiner's son has not only been arrested, but they got into a huge fight at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party. Rob and his wife Michelle, along with their son Nick, attended Conan O'Brien's Christmas party on Saturday night. While they were at the party, Rob and Nick got into a, quote, very loud argument. They said it was loud enough for...
Ah, there it goes. She said they got into a very loud argument. And y'all know how that goes.
Many others to hear. Shortly after that, Rob and his wife Michelle left the party. However, it is unknown at this time if their son Nick followed them. Rob's wife Michelle had also been anguishing to friends over the last few...
So this is a throwback picture. I'm guessing this is Rob right here. He looks like he's already on drugs right now. Look at his eyes. Those eyes are way too low. I mean, I guess him and his brother was smoking because both of their eyes are low.
Few months that she and Rob were at their wits' end with Nick's mental illness, in addition to his addiction issues. They said they did not know what to do with their son Nick and that they've, quote, tried everything. On Sunday night following the crime, he was detained. However, he was not arrested. Now, as of Monday morning, he has been charged for taking both of their lives and being held on a $4 million.
That's his dad right here. I don't know. A lot of y'all won't remember the Archie Bunker show, but this is where his dad got his start.
Bond. Recently, Nick opened up about his chaotic period of addiction as well. He said during this time, he would sleep outside, sometimes for nights and sometimes for weeks. But at the time, he said, now I've been home for a really long time and I've sort of gotten acclimated back to being in LA and being around my family. However, that was short-lived on Sunday, December 14th at around 3:30 p.m. when he took the life of his parents inside of their home. His parents, Rob and Michelle, were then found by his sister. She immediately told authorities that she believed Nick was the one who was responsible.
Wow, so the auntie found out and then told them that he was responsible. Family most of the time knows. But the sad thing is the auntie also knew about the chaos between the parents and the son and did nothing about it until it was too late.
And that he was, quote, dangerous.
We got Donnie J on the mic, okay? And him and Reiner had some beef. I didn't know about the beef. I stay out of family business. They family somehow, one way or another, in that community. You know, so Trump made some crazy remarks on his social media platform pertaining to Reiner being murdered by his own son. Let's get into it. And this is it right here. If y'all want to go and read it, this is the excerpt right here. If y'all want to go and read that, what Donnie J posted.
Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said...
As far as Trump is concerned, that was weird.
He knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I
Jesus Christ.
was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all, in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country.
That's tough, you know, to speak on the dead like that, especially with that, you know, I don't give a care type of attitude. Now, I did some research, you know, after I seen that. I was like, okay, let's see what the beef was. Now you're about to see what the beef was. This is Rob Reiner's stance on Donnie J.
Have a racist in the White House. We have a sexist in the White House, and he is tearing away at the fabric of our democracy.
The single most unqualified human being to ever assume the presidency of the United States. He's mentally unfit.
People always say, you know, he could redo All in the Family. I said, what do you mean? We're living it. We've got Archie in the White House. He always, when he quotes something that isn't him, and they're talking about Donald Trump, he goes, well, Donald Trump,
What? He just did that, literally. Y'all rewind back to like the 3-minute mark.
Every character is exactly the same. Well, Donald Trump, every time. And he always does that walk where he does like this. You know? Always.
The problem he has, as far as I can see, is that he's a pathological liar.
Nick Reiner.
That's tough. Now I see why they had beef, though. Wow. This is a tough situation. Y'all leave y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think. This is what's going on in the world today. I guess they call this the chickens coming home to roost. All the hate that people harbor and they monger, they have to deal with that. No matter how much hate they try to put off on other people, other races, other things, they're still having to deal with that hate in their own home. Sometimes from their own parents, sometimes from their own kids.